Senator Akpabio, our Senate President, set up and the Senate approved a committee to investigate the issues between NNPC and Dangote refinery. Why NNPC is unable to deliver crude to refinery. They prefer to export it and then import finished product of doubtful standard.
Good day, everyone. Imagine a country that is so blessed with many mineral resources, but then instead of us to use it at our own gain, we are instead sending it out, and then when it is being brought back, we pay a large amount of money. Does that make sense to you? Can you imagine the federal government doing this to us Nigerians? We have a lot of mineral resources, crude oil, but then instead of us to refine it here in Nigeria to get petroleum, we end up sending it away. And then when it is coming back, we pay 3 or 4 times the price it is used to send out. Does that make sense to you? Dangote refinery that has been thriving since 2023 that it was commissioned till today has been demanding that we Nigerians bring our resources so that we can get fuel from him. But the federal government has refused to do that. NNPC has refused to do that. Instead, NNPC is going to court with him and fighting with him, telling him that what he is doing is for his own benefit and not the benefit of Nigeria. How does that even make sense? The federal government and NNPC need to see that Dangote is trying to work for our own good. He's trying to help us be a better country. He's trying to help Africa thrive with its resources. But they can't see that. Instead, the government is siding against him and then fighting with him. This whole thing is about competition, but then who are we competing with? The more we send out our crude oil and then it's being imported back, the higher amount dollar gets. Dollar keeps rising. But then who is the reason? Our federal government. The federal government needs to see that these particular things they are doing is sucking Nigeria dry. Now, Dr. Christian Shola stated in his book, Africurrency, that Africonomy is the study of strategies, policies, and solutions whereby our African leaders come together and foster innovation and technological advancement to build an economy for Africans and by Africans. But do we see that happening? We Nigerians need to learn how to tell each other the truth. We need to tell each other the truth so that we can thrive. Because without telling each other the truth, we would never grow as a country and as a continent. It doesn't make. He also stated that African leaders should create an environment and give room for advancement of small businesses and also medium-sized ventures that are still growing. If we don't give growth, how do we grow? Take example, China. All these Asian countries, if you go there, it seems like they are living in 2035. They are living in 2060. How do we become better? How do we become better? That is the most important question. Look at the situation now with Dangote and NNPC. Dangote has been saying it for years that we should come and get fuel from him. We should come and get petrol from him. He does not have an issue with distributing to the whole Nigeria because there is enough. A refinery that produces 650 gallons or 650 liters of fuel per day. Is that not trying to help us? Shouldn't we reason with him? But instead, they are on the sidelines still fighting with him. Dangote always has our best interest at heart because take, for example, his IPO that is coming in September. He is allowing even mere students to be able to have shares in Dangote refinery. Can you wait? The federal government is not helping us in any way. Nigeria is so blessed. We have gold, we have crude oil. What minerals don't we have? Is it not better to be amongst ourselves instead of exporting and importing from another country? This thing is weighing us down. We don't have money as a country. Instead, we are in debt up and down. If we can actually settle down and do what is better for us, we would never be in debt anymore. Nigeria is seen as the giant of Africa, but are we really the giant of Africa? Are we really the giants of Africa? Because what do we have? If we actually side with Dangote, are we not going to become the richest again? Nigeria is blessed. So why don't we act like we are blessed? Instead, we are turning around and then seeking help from other countries when we actually have the help that we need. Honestly speaking, it is high time we come together and start telling each other the truth, because what I see from my own point of view, Dangote refinery was actually created to stop poverty in Nigeria. Dangote refinery was actually created to help us. So now NNPC and the federal government need to align with him so that lively cost is going to reduce. Everything is expensive. Imagine you going to the market and wanting to buy tomatoes or wanting to buy pepper, and then the woman or the man is telling you everything has increased because fuel price has increased. Even some of these people actually have tomatoes at the back of their houses. They planted these things at the back of their houses, but the excuse is fuel has increased. Imagine you wanted to take bike just a short distance, and bike man is telling you 500 naira. You're trying to take keke is telling you 1,000 naira. Trust me, if things do not get better from now, 2 years from now, fuel is going to be 5,000 naira. Then gas is going to increase. Every reason for things going up is fuel. Fuel is the reason why everything is going up. Why don't we do better? Dangote here is trying to help us, but we have been blinded. Why are we blind? It is high time we start telling each other the truth. It is high time we start supporting ourselves, because if we don't support ourselves, we are going to suffer. We are going to keep suffering as a country. We need to help ourselves, because, like they said, heaven only help those who help themselves. If we don't help ourselves, nobody is going to help us. If anybody tries to come and help us, we're going to end up paying money just to receive help when we actually have that help that we need. We have it. So this is a wake-up call to all Nigerians. In any way possible that you think you can support Dangote, please support Dangote. Because NNPC is the federal government when it comes to petroleum, and they're not helping us in any way. Honestly speaking, if I was given the opportunity to vote between NNPC and Dangote, I would vote for Dangote. Aliko Dangote has our best interest at heart. He has our best interest at heart. Can we support him? Can we do this? Is it too much to ask? Dr. Christian Shola said, the African leaders should create an environment where small and medium businesses get to thrive. In as much as Dangote refinery is not a small business, neither is it medium, it is very, very large. It is very, very large. But if we end up using the refinery for fuel, everything would be better. I will repeat again. The more we import all these mineral resources from outside the country, or the more we export our mineral resources to get to the refined goods here back in Nigeria, dollar will keep going up and naira is not going to have any use again. Imagine you having to trade naira to dollars just to get something from outside, when naira already is losing its value outside the country. We should put naira and dollar together. Naira cannot even stand with dollar anymore. But if this thing should keep going on, it will get to a point where $1 is equivalent to 5,000 naira. How would we survive? Nigeria will keep being in debt. Things are not going to go well. People will not get paid anymore because the country is now in too much debt. Imagine government workers working tirelessly every month, those of them that don't even have cars, going to work every day, but then because fuel has increased, you will hear them paying that their transport to and fro for a distance that is not even that long is 5,000 naira, 6,000 naira, 7,000 naira, 10,000 naira. Imagine that. It is not fair and it does not make sense to me. This is a wake-up call for everybody. This is a wake-up call for everybody. The federal government needs to come to our aid. The federal government needs to see that this is making Nigeria bleed in so many ways. And if they don't act right, Nigeria is going to become one of the poorest countries, aside being in the African continent, in the whole world. We need to do better. We need to tell each other the truth. We need to support our own. If we don't support our own, where else are we going to get support from? Who is going to support our own if we do not support our own?